Greetings and welcome to Stunthangar Video Hangouts. My name is Charles Carter, and I'll be your host this evening. I want to extend to you my gratitude for you watching Stunthangar Video Hangouts. If you are watching this as a replay, I want you to know that I host these YouTube live streams every Monday and Friday evening, starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So please make a note of this so you can watch or be part of the live stream. Plus, we have an after party following the live stream, which is sometimes better than the live stream portion. You must be a registered Stunthangar Forum member to find the link to be part of the live stream and the following after party. Here at Stunthangar Video Hangouts, we talk about building and flying model airplanes, sport flying, competition flying, and what you've been doing lately. To join our conversation, if you are already a member of Stunthangar Forum, you can find the link if you scroll down to the section called At the Bench. Now, if you're not a member or not logged into Stunthangar Forum, you will not see the link. It will not appear. Now, if you're not a member, please register at stunthangar.com/SMF. That's Smart Men Flying. You must place a space between your real first and last name when you register. You must also use a valid email address, or Sparky, the proprietor of Stunthangar, will not approve you. If you're inclined to not come in, just enjoy watching us on YouTube, wonderful, fantastic. Please enter your questions or comments in the chat box. I'll do my best to make your comments or questions a part of the show. Understand, sometimes I can't get a word in myself, so be patient. And I will ask our illustrious panel your question or state your comment. By the way, you only can make comments or ask questions during the live stream. So like I said earlier, I host these YouTube live streams every Monday and Friday evening, starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now, if you find the Stunthangar Video Hangouts that I host or the many building videos that Sparky does on this platform informative and enjoyable, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and when you subscribe, hit the notification bell so that whenever myself or Sparky comes on, you'll be notified. Share the videos, and comments also help Stunthangar YouTube channel grow. Please consider joining Stunthangar's YouTube channel memberships, which start at just $4.99 a month, which is less than 17 cents a day. And you can also use the super chat, which is located at the bottom of the chat box, to make a donation. You only can make the super donation feature is only available during a live stream. So if you're watching a replay, you cannot donate then. So tune in during the live stream, make a donation, and come back. And if it's more convenient to watch the whole program later on, well, it's sad, but it would be wonderful just to watch the program. And don't forget to give us a like as well. Now, when you join the YouTube membership, I'll see special badges that I can see in the chat box, and Sparky can see that as well. So we notify our paying patrons, and you also receive unlimited replay of member-only videos. And once a month, Sparky has a question and answer show for our members only. And this is Sparky's YouTube channel. It's called Stunthangar. I'm in here just twice a week. So if you want to get in touch with me, go to my YouTube channel, which is called Flying Control Line Stunt. That's Flying Control Line Stunt. And place your comment or question on the 2019 AMA National Championship video I have on my channel, which Sparky shot with his camera, by the way, and I was flying Sparky's beautiful Junar XL. And, comment, like, or dislike that video as well. I want to thank you for your past, your present, and future support. You are making it happen. Please keep the conversations family room friendly. In other words, please don't use words or do things you wouldn't say or do around your own children or grandchildren. And without any further ado, I'm going to post a link that's at Stunthangar Forum to help people come into this space. So let me do that now. Let's see here. Okay, that link's posted. And now I'm going to go to the YouTube channel and check out the what I call the control panel, so I can see that it's working and see who's in. And sometimes there's already people there already before I get there. So let me go there and see what's going on. Hope everybody had a good weekend, and I'm looking forward to a good show. Mondays have been pretty good. I mean, they've been actually on par with the Fridays. Fridays usually people don't have to go to work the next day, and sometimes those are a little bit better. But I find that Mondays have been pretty good too. And I see already Marcel Legrand. He says, "Evening, Charles. Thank you so much, Marcel Legrand, for being there." And Gary Sinclair, he's saying, "I'm coming in." All right, Gary, we missed you Friday, so I'm glad you're going to be in. So we have 6 concurrent viewers right now, 3 likes. So if you haven't hit the like button, please do that. That helps the analytics of the program. Over another screen. Let me get rid of this screen here. I hear somebody. I don't see you yet because I got too many screens up. I mean, see what's going on. Hey, is that you, Mel?
Hi.
Hey, Mel, how are you doing?
Just a second. I got to get rid of this other junk.
I understand that. I do a little house cleaning
myself. There. Oh, I'm fine. I just was curious what was going on in here tonight. So
yeah, well, appreciate that because it always helps to have someone come in. Like you did. It gives me instead of me having to do a dog and pony show or a dance or have to
do yeah, it'd be hard sometimes.
Yes. So I see you have an RC wing there.
Yeah, that I've had that in construction for about 6 years, and I dug it out to finish it.
Very good.
I haven't done anything to it for 5-6 years. So now I'm actually working on a control line plane over here.
Oh, good.
That's I had trouble building a Yak 9 Sterling Yak 9.
Okay.
When I glued it together, it didn't go right.
Oh no.
And
hey, Robert, thanks for coming in. Robert.
Fix it. So that's this thing.
Oh, nice. Those are always nice looking airplanes, those Yak. I've seen them at the field.
And so I bought one from Brodak, and that's what I'm doing over here. I just finished glassing the wing today.
Oh, nice.
So that's the Brodak version. This is the original Sterling.
Okay.
This is a tank. Oh my God, I can't believe how much it weighs.
Yeah,
this design is a lot better.
Sterling, their wood was heavy and hard, so they could handle the dies. The dies. When they cut the wood with the dies.
Yeah, the crunch dies.
Use soft wood, which is light. Use that hard wood to be able to handle the die.
So I felt so stupid because I built a lot, and I couldn't believe that I made a mistake with this plane to the point that I don't even want to fly it. That's what this is. It's a replacement.
What was the mistake, man? I missed the mistake you made on the.
I glued the fuselage on, and then I bumped it, or my wife bumped it, and when it was cured, I used laminating glue that I couldn't separate it from the wing. It's about an inch off, and I was so frustrated. No, man, I'm not going to deal with that. So I started over.
Yeah, there we go. It happens.
Oh yeah.
When I was building my precious balsa, I haven't touched it in almost a year, I think. I was going to put down incidents in it, so I laid it on the bench, and so I gave it down incidents. But when I actually took it off the glue up, and the next morning, I realized I glued in up incidents. So I had to tear that fuselage apart to take out the engine crutch and try it again. And remembering that I'm putting the plane upside down on the bench to glue the engine crutch in. So we all do that. And people have glued the weight boxes on the other side of the wing, the wrong side of the wing. And
don't say that. I'm holding the weight box. I'm glad it's symmetrical.
If you want to cut off,
I sheeted it in better, put some shear webs.
Oh, good. That's a good idea. That'll give it some.
Well, it was kind of flimsy in torsion, so just a few shear web bays really stiffened it up.
It does.
Last the center.
Actually, if you want to cut off that other fuselage, it's not that hard. Get yourself one of these oscillating tools. They're fairly cheap. And I've done it, and it works great. It's the only bit of a hassle is around the leading edge with the tighter radius. but they zing through a little bit of shim and some glue and put it in the right place. You can get away with reusing everything.
That's a great idea. I've got one of those too. I didn't think about it. I was just so frustrated. I almost punted it, across the yard or light it on fire or do something.
I use that for slots too. Maybe I'll do a demo on that one night, or you can look up old control line pilot, all separate words. And I've got one video posted. It was from way back in Stunthangar.
I'd watch that. Yeah, that'd be great.
So it's old control line pilots. I tried to find it after our conversation we had a month or so ago, and I was unsuccessful.
Okay, it's separate words, not all one word. If you're trying to type it that way, I've only got one video posted ever, but
that's okay. Some have none. Some people have no videos.
What I could do maybe is do a quick demo of it, on this format some night.
Yeah, of what exactly? I missed that. We had some distortion.
Oh, maybe on some night on Hangout, maybe I could do a quick demo on what I do for this. I've done a few updates since that old video anyway.
Okay, oh, you're breaking up, and I'm missing. I'm all for it, but I'm just not sure what you're saying. You want to do a video on?
Maybe if I do a presentation on what I do for cutting hinge slots.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. I mean, hinge slots is really important because if the slots aren't in the center of the trailing edge, and if they're not straight, you'll have an accumulation of binding that makes the control system really kind of stiff. So that's very important. That'd be a great demonstration.
Yeah, they're bang on, and it takes maybe 2 seconds to cut a hinge slot.
That sounds good. Yeah. So let's do it. Hey,
Yeah,
John.
and I still got to do that tank demo for you one night too. Fuel tank thing.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. That's when you use the aluminum, 2 pieces of aluminum to make the end caps.
That's what I use to make the die. Yeah, to make the end caps.
Yeah, I'm really interested in seeing that.
Yeah, and then I've got a variety of systems of bending the tank body itself, using different brakes, whether they're homemade or commercial. So maybe I'll put together a whole thing there one night, maybe getting into December.
Oh, absolutely. I think demos, because, one mistake people make, they think that, everybody knows how to do this. Or, I've been doing this for so long, everyone must know. And then, there are people who have never seen that before. Some people have no notion of some of the things. And I've had people, and I'm telling them, that's a great idea. And they go, you didn't know that? I go, no, I've never seen it before. So now everybody knows everything. You
mean like elastic bands on an airplane stand?
Yeah, like that. That was that was simplistic and genius. I was like, I've seen them, but I've never seen anyone else do that. And now I'm doing it. And I was showing, I think it was Dennis Adamison and Steve Hines. We had a little small mini Zoom meeting, and they saw the plane being held with rubber bands like that. And they go, that's pretty neat. I go, I got it from Robert Whitney up in Canada. Anyway,
just clarification, Charles, it's actually Whitley, not Whitney.
Oh, Whitley, excuse me. Okay, I've been thinking that your name is very similar to, we have a Bob Whitney out in.
And then there was Bob Whiteley.
Yeah, Bob Whiteley is different, but I thought it was both Whitney, so it's Whitley.
Yeah, it's actually Irish.
All righty, Robert Whitley. Very cool. Well, have I said hi to John? Hey, John. Hi, thanks for coming in.
Hi, John.
Hi, John.
Good to see y'all.
Good to see you.
Better to be seen and not viewed.
Yes. And happy to see you too, Gary. Thanks for coming in. I know that you and I was talking earlier how you was just under the weather. And so I'm glad to see you're doing much better.
Yeah.
I covered for you. I fell asleep in the after party.
Yeah, he was talking about that little saw thing that just vibrates where you cut.
Yeah.
Well, I was looking at videos when they're going to replace my shoulder. And it looks like they're going to use something similar to that to cut my the big bone here, to cut that off like that in order to get the piece in there.
Yeah, the
That's
surgeon
a slick tool.
surgeon
Looks like.
asked me to assist. I'll be there with my Harbor Freight oscillating saw covering your shoulder.
Actually, I have a couple of sawzalls. We could bring them down.
Yeah, I mean, you'll be knocked out. You won't feel a thing. It's just the recovery.
Yeah, I got a 2-man saw. We'll be through that bone in a second.
Yeah, we'll do excellent work. We're modelers. The recovery will be really painful.
We got circular saws. We got saws. I've got 3 table saws. Hell, we could set you up just fine.
Yeah, we got everything. We'll be drilling holes and tapping screw holes and threads, so you'd be set.
I mean, with this miniature stuff that they're making, you can see how nice that would be for a Dremel's small, but you had something with that. You could get in there and operate and just cutting without,
Yeah, I've always been curious about the medical field and dentistry, the tools they have available. If we could,
I have thoroughly enjoyed the many years I have spent with you, visiting gardens, learning about the wonderful.
Hey, Mary Lou, I hear you. Hey, Howard, thanks for.
Howard.
Hi, Howard.
Nice to be here, folks.
All right, man.
Hey,
And
Charles.
Try-
I missed the last couple of hangouts. Did you tell everyone how you did at Vegas?
Well, yes. Matter of fact, John, myself, Joe Mata, Howard Rush,
Danny Adamison,
Dennis Adamison.
Mike
Yeah, we all
Lotke.
talked about it. And now I wasn't ready. Matter of fact, I went out again, I think it was Friday, and I couldn't get my plane to work. So when I say I wasn't ready, I really wasn't ready last weekend. I'm still not ready. Of course, I don't have the pressure like I had and John had. We was under a great deal of stress just trying to get things done. And it's uncomfortable to try to rush yourself to get things done. But I'm not even sure ready. I told my friend Joe Mata that we were supposed to fly tomorrow, and he was all teary-eyed. And I told him we couldn't fly tomorrow, and I told him I wasn't ready.
Yeah, you were having problems with your pushrod ends or something like that, weren't you?
Oh yeah, but I fixed that and then ruined something else, and then fixed that and then ruined something else and fixed that. You know how building an airplane, it's the process of taking a step forward, taking 2 steps back, and you just keep trying, and eventually you get it done.
Speaking of pushrod ends, I'm going to show you something I picked up.
Hey, Tryon, thanks for coming in.
How you doing?
And
Yeah.
Tryon, I have been looking for that video. I haven't found it yet. So that's what's delayed. Okay. As soon as I find it, I literally have over 300 windy videos.
And you can't find one in 300? What the heck?
Sounds like you need to do a job of getting them
Whacker.
together and evaluating them, lining them up, writing them down.
I haven't written down, but those don't have that one does not have a number. That was actually just written out, engine tuning video. Let me click on you.
Well, how many engine tuning videos do you have?
I have just I might have one and then copies of that. Go ahead, Robert. Hold up. I'm ready for you now.
We're everywhere. Yeah, I imagine you guys have seen these. These are aluminum heim joint or ball joints for RC cars.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Yeah.
lighter plastic Dubro ones and incredibly smooth aluminum with the steel housing. I'm going to try suckers out. I bought a package of 10 for $30, and then I see that they're for 10 of them for $10 on Amazon.
Mhm.
The only, you might have to make your own threaded rod ends because they're 3mm instead of 440.
Oh, that's good.
But I figure, they're cheaper or as cheap as the Drubor ones and way better quality.
Can I
Yes.
say something about that? Because I have personal experience with them.
Please do.
I actually use them. And what I found out is that they are not good.
Oh,
This is honest to God truth. And I want to retract what I've said before. Couple of issues that they have. As you look at them, on one side it has like an aluminum insert, and on the other side is painted kind of thing. Well, that aluminum insert loves to come loose. Okay. So that's number one. That's not good with that. So that's one thing that goes bad with them. And the metric 3, I don't care for it. You can find a lot of turnbuckles for metric 3, which are left hand side and right hand side thread and stuff like that.
Oh, good.
You can actually find them, and they do exist. I think AliExpress has a bunch of them out of titanium, and you can buy a bunch of them. But that's not the issue here. The issue here is that the reliability. They get looser in time, and they loosen up considerably, and aluminum cap will pop out. Try it out. You're gonna see if you can push on a ball from the other side hard enough that the aluminum cap is going to pop out.
Okay, these ones here, like you say, had plastic on one side or something. These aren't. These are aluminum.
No, I know they are aluminum, but they have an aluminum insert on one side. That the light color ring that you see it on one side. So, oh no, it's different. Okay, maybe there are two of them then. So maybe they both can pop on now. You know, yeah, the past ones I had, the on one side they were just solid, right? And they had the ring on one side. It seems like right now they come from both sides with those caps. Now they can pop out either direction, so I really don't trust them now. Try to push them out. Do this.
I'll do it.
Sacrifice one of them, put them in a vise, and just put some pressure from one side with some kind of a block of wood or something like that, just 90 degrees to it. Just put a little bit of light pressure in it. Okay. If it moves or loosens up, then you know for sure it's like, well, that can easily happen. I do not trust them. As a matter of fact, I'm switching back to the stuff, the heavy duty Dubros. And I think if you have a hard time with those, if they're not loose enough for your taste, I think it's not a bad idea. Some things that people from the Pinewood Derby do, they put graphite powder in between the axle and the plastic wheel. But in this case, what you probably could do is just put a 440 screw through the ball, and not on the other side. Chuck it into your hand drill, and put some graphite powder in there as lubricant, and just fire up the hand drill and let it run, and just break it in. And
now the heavy duty Dubros, there's actually two different versions they sell. Which one are you using? I'll just show them here. I've got both.
Make you big here.
I think I have the one on your in your right hand. The one is rounded. Yeah, that one.
Okay, yeah.
Is that stiff?
We're missing. Just move it to your left more, Robert. There we go. Thank you.
Yeah. Is it stiff?
Smooth, but their heavier duty one is actually quite stiff.
Yeah, well, that one you could probably get a screw through the center, like a 440 screw, and a nut on the other side. Chuck it in your hand rail and work it out a little bit, and maybe add some kind of a graphite powder that's gonna get inside and loosen it up. But if it doesn't get loose there, I don't think it's gonna get loose in flight or in time. I don't think so.
I have these littler ones too, but I don't use them on anything over a 15 size model.
Yeah, even those I think are going to be fine. So yeah. And those Dubros, I think if they're designed for the 440 screws, you can also use the metric 3 in there instead of the 440 if you want to. I found on AliExpress they have some turnbuckles that are double threaded, left hand side and right hand side, made out of titanium, and have a little bit of hex land in the center.
Right.
So you can use one of the sides that's threaded. Probably put some Dremel tool, just put some cutouts through the threads and stuff like that, perpendicular in lengthwise, and you can put the thread inside your arrow shaft and epoxy in place, right?
Yeah.
And use the other side, the other end to go into the into your dobro, right?
Mhm.
And use a right hand side on one side and left hand side on the other side. So as you spin it around, you can adjust the push rod length. And I think that's probably the best way you can do it.
Oh. So it couldn't possibly rotate in flight and change your setting?
No, because you have enough drag on between the plastic and the threads.
Okay.
I mean, the trick to it is that actually you are not threading you are not actually threading inside your dobro, right? But you can put like a little cutout, like on a tap on the end of your shaft, and thread it with a shaft per se, right? So you can have a very tight fit thread, right? It's going to be actually it's going to squeeze on your shaft, right? And
Yeah.
I don't think you have, if you fly electric, they don't vibrate much of anything. So it's not even a concern over there. I don't think I would worry too much even, with the IC motors at all. But if you're really worried about it, just take like a silver marker or a gold marker and just draw a line over there, right? So when you see that misaligning, the lines misalign, then you know something happened, right?
Right.
But as long as you see the line there continues, not much to worry about. But I don't think they're gonna break loose, and you can always put a jam knot in there.
Right. And you'd only need it on one end.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and probably put it on an end from which you can adjust. So if it's a take apart plane, I mean, I guess you can put it anywhere, right? You can put it on the elevator or on flaps.
Like
And
on the 11, for example, I made mine. I'll make my other one the same way with a removable hatch over the wing. The canopy removes.
you don't have to. I mean, you don't have to. If you don't have a removable wing or removable stabilizer, probably the easiest place is to do it on the elevator.
Yeah, well, I already made the hatch on mine. It works great.
There you go.
And if I have to, the SV11, they've got those openings in the wood right lined up with the elevator horn anyway. You just cut the plastic away and the monocoat and deal with it. There's lots of options.
Exactly. Simple.
I had a question, Tryon. So those aluminum, they're just caps. It's not an aluminum ball on the ones for cars.
I can. Now, give me a second here. Let me find a drawing board, and I'll show you.
What, Robert? Is that the aluminum ones you first showed? Are those balls or are they caps? I'm just not sure.
They look like balls, but on these ones. But I couldn't tell for sure unless I break one apart.
Because I thought that if they were captured by two washers, one on each side, they wouldn't be able to come out. We had a bolt going through the washer, then the ball link, and another washer, and then a castellated nut. How is it going to come apart?
All right, can you guys see this? I'm trying to explain it. So this is the threaded part. That's the ball, right?
Right.
So what they've done on mine, I think they have this surface over here. So this guy is capturing the bottom, right? And actually the body looks kind of like that. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. And on the top, what they've done, they put another insert.
All right.
There you go. So the top, this insert is just press fit inside like that.
Is your insert kind of dome shaped on the one side and flat on the other?
No, yeah, it looks flat on this side. It
Okay,
kind of looks flat on this side. So, and the ball is kind of capturing between this whole stuff like that. Obviously, you have the hole for your, for your screw to go through.
Right.
But what happened to mine, I noticed that this piece right here, this piece is
Oh,
kind
that
of,
came out. Oh, okay.
this guy wants to come out. So the trick to it is that if you ever use this, you want to put your screw from this side,
Yeah.
just like that. So even if these guys fail and slips out, this bottom part cannot come off this way. Control horn here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Washer under the screw also that is bigger than as big as the diameter of the outer housing of
Right.
the.
That's what I was thinking too. A washer on
Yeah.
each side to capture it and hold it in
So,
place.
so what I think you have there, instead of having this design in which you have, let me get another drawing board here. So instead of having this design, typical, that looks like that, some like this, and the bullet's in the center, and you have this other piece that's press fit in. I think on your design, you have this.
Could be, because it looks like it's pressed in possibly as one piece.
On both sides, yeah. Yeah, it looks like you have a piece here and another piece on the bottom.
What I should maybe do is sacrifice one, cut it in half.
And I would I would trust this even less than this guy here. At least this guy is safe on one side, right? I mean, this is just a part of the same body, the bottom side. Only this guy can slip out, right?
You know
And
what?
as long as you put your screw like this, you cannot come out.
Yeah, I'm going to mute myself for a minute and put a cutoff wheel on my Dremel, and I'm going to buzz this thing in half and see what it is like.
All right. Thank you.
Great.
Thank you, Ryan. And you might have saved someone's plane. Yeah.
I mean, I hope so, you know, because I know I've done it. I made a mistake. I was a bad decision. So I know I talked about it, and I even I remember talking to it about, and Sparky said he's going to buy some, right? But now after I had so many, a couple of years of lifetime on it, and I realized that that was a mistake.
Wow. Well, thank you.
So I screw up. So sometimes I say things that are wrong, and you know, nobody's perfect, and that's
right.
that. I just be honest, and you know, that's how we help each other.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Let me say hi to Mark. Thanks for coming in, Mark Lumen, and Lynn Burrell. Thank you for coming in.
Hey.
And on the chat box, Tom Ramos says, like provided. Thank you, Tom. And Marcel Legrand says, I hope you got that SV11 sorted, Charles. And well, not quite yet. I'm still working on it, but life is, I got 3 teenagers and a wife that I'm her caregiver, so I'm really busy. I haven't gotten that done yet. And then Mark Lumen, he says, let's see it like. Thank you. Thank you, Mark.
I think maybe you get a hacksaw, put in a vise first instead of cutting with the Dremel tool. Or whatever, you know, it really doesn't matter.
So Mark, how you doing, Mark? What you been up to?
Good. Raising tanks, lowering tanks, changing props, you know.
Awesome stuff, man.
Yeah, that's all part of trimming.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Whatever it takes.
So Mark is
go ahead.
I'm sorry, Mark. So is it running even now, inside and outside?
I've got a great 2/4 brake inverted.
Mm-hmm. And what's it doing inside?
It's just a little lean. Yeah,
it's a little lean. That means you need to raise up the tank a little bit.
Yeah, just a little more.
Okay. Yeah.
I got a short clip of. I'm on the look for 11.4 props. I can't find any 11.4s like
APC
a Zor.
made one. I think APC made one.
It didn't like the APC prop. I didn't have an 11, but let me see if I can find this.
Define it didn't like the APC prop.
On when I was testing it on the ground, and in flight, it just really slow transition.
Okay. Did it I saw the video they sent me on the ground, but it seems like it was running too rich on the ground too. Did you speed
No,
it
that,
up
that
on the
was
ground?
different. That was a different one.
Mhm.
Let me see. Let me show. I'll show you the last. I got a little clip here of
All right, let's
with
see
the
it.
11.4. If I can get it. I got to make sure and get it up and not everything else because you never know.
Mhm.
Okay.
The heavy.
Okay. Let me see if I can. It's just a really short clip, but it's still a little lean level, but it's almost there.
Getting close. What size prop you got on there?
That's the 11.4. And it really, I thought it did. I mean, yeah, in my limited knowledge.
No, I thought it sounds good, man.
You know, and all the others I tried. And of course, what did I do with the 1.11.4 I had?
Uh-oh. I know you did.
Trying to be smart and do a nice little wheel landing because my landings were getting really good. So I got cocky, right? Yeah.
Snap the prop. Yeah. Been there, done that.
Mark, I thought the motor run, but just by the little sound that I heard, I thought it sounded good. The amount of 4 cycle of the RPM sounding good. The 2 cycles sounding also good. I think the prop it's a good match for your plane. It wasn't flying too fast either.
No,
so I think it's just a tank position.
Yeah, but it sounded better inverted though. I could tell it sounded better inverted.
Yeah.
How many runs you got on that motor now?
I don't know, probably about 8 or 9. It's still breaking in a little bit.
It's a long way. If it's an Enya, it's a ways from it.
Yeah.
Let's talk. Yeah, let's talk when you get to 40 or 49, then we can talk because right now it's still breaking in. Just run it and fly it, have it run the best you can.
That's why I'll get the 11.4s. I'll find some.
Yeah, it just needs more time. It's not going to run like a well broken in motor for a while yet.
Yeah, I say 11.4. What I did is I took an 11.4 and I cut it down to it's a 10.5 basically now.
That's fine. Mark, that's also fine. It's the load on the motor that you put on the motor.
That's the reason I cut it down. Is it just a little bit? As soon as I took that off, it really started responding well. So yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. See, this is good conversation here.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
But tell me now about that strong nose on the. is the motor more predictable?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I could drive tent stakes with the front of that airplane.
but now, you have predictable motor runs. When you make a change on a tank, probably you notice it, right?
Yeah.
Right?
And it needles well, and I don't see a lot of an occasional bubble, in the fuel, just an occasional, when I'm on the ground, running. So that carbon and that extra side cheek really stiffened that thing up a lot,
nice
versus
stiff nose is good.
Yeah. A while ago when Tryon was over helping me a little bit one week, and I had that Nobler I put together, and it was one of my kind of first builds, and it shook so bad it looked like the foam in the tube,
Thought you had a glass of beer there, huh?
Yeah, just like you just poured a glass of beer.
That's exactly what it looked like.
And the motor run was everywhere you wanted to be.
It was all over the place.
You didn't like it, just wait a second.
Yeah, exactly. But it's all part of the learning thing, you know. And
Yeah.
and I have to say, I mean, I'm pretty happy with the way it trimmed out. I mean, I haven't completely trimmed the airplane, you know, but wings are level. And it's staying pretty even on the lines, and you know, it's straight, which you know, that's good.
Those,
So
you know,
Brodak made it good on the warped wing.
Oh,
Well,
good.
let's rephrase that. They made it half good.
Oh, they only sent you half.
They only sent me half, so I'm going to send it back and say, look, and plus they sent me the wrong half, so that didn't help.
You can have your lead outs either way now.
Yeah, that's right. I can fly it left or right. Yeah.
Depending on your mood.
The table over is full of vector wings, you know. So, you know. But I just think it's better for them to send me a matched built set. I know they're all built kind of on a jig, or they're probably just fine, but I don't know. It just seems like they're built together. I should get them together. Yeah.
You know,
you guys,
I'm thinking about
Robert. Let's let Robert. He's been waiting patiently to show us what the mad scientist came up with.
Okay, I think this one's a bit different to yours, Ryan. If I can get into the picture here. There we are.
See.
This is a one-piece center with splines.
Move it back just a little bit from the camera. There we go. Okay. Ooh.
All I see is the end of it.
Yeah, this is the cut off end.
Okay.
If you look, I've sliced it open.
Uh-huh.
And if you look at the end, that's
they were at $6.95.
That's a one-piece spline socket assembly with the ball pressed into it, and then the whole is pressed into the aluminum housing.
Okay, that's definitely different from what I had. 100% different. So probably that's a good one.
Yeah, well,
it was a good one.
It was
on a profile. I'm probably going to turn that Vector 40 ARF wing I've got into a profile vector, and it might be a good one to try them out on before I do inside a full fuse one.
Yeah, absolutely. Try them out. Yeah.
What do you look for on Amazon?
Yeah, I saw what looks like the same ones, but I'm going to make sure the brand if trying to say big differences. This brand is, of course, they put their label over price tag, grossly overpriced here in Canada. $33 and but it's if I can get it off to read the brand, it's RC4WD. So RC 4-wheel drive is the RC 4WD part Z-S1420. RC4.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll just hold that up there if we can see it.
Make it big again. Hang on.
There we go.
And the part number is what?
Part number Z-S as in Sierra 1420.
Z is Z.
Not where I'm talking from.
All right, so if you look for turnbuckle, I'm going to send you something here. Copy. Get back here. All right, so.
Hey, Dennis.
Only Sullivan.
Oh. Here's Z Sierra 0603.
I send you something.
This is the only thing I found so far. It's got other jive in it.
Inside.
Now that whole part number is in brackets as you saw, and there's a U as in uniform after it, whatever that means.
Oh. Let's see. Oh.
Hey, Dennis, Adamson, thanks for coming in.
Hey, Denny.
Dan.
Dennis,
See you guys.
hey.
Hey, John, is that your 4 bits in the background?
Yeah, 2 bits.
The 2 bits.
That one right there. Yeah.
Oh. All right, gang. I think I found what you guys are looking for. Is there a place where I can just share with everyone, or
Can you share it?
with everyone?
Yeah.
Can you do
In the
that?
I
chat?
mean, just like a link.
Well, do you know how to share your screen?
I can do that.
Yeah, share your screen.
Okay. Share screen. That guy. Share. So, look what I found here.
Whoa.
Holy smokes! And it's everything. It's titanium, GR5 grade, metric 3 turnbuckles, and oh my goodness. Let's take this one for example. $16 for a lot of 6 pieces.
That's a good price.
So this is made out of titanium, and obviously you can get one end and stuff it into the push rod and use the other end into the end of your whatever you're gonna use, the aluminum stuff, or you can put it directly into the Dubro as well. So I'm a cheapskate, so I'll research a lot.
Yeah, I got some 3mm titanium screws from McMaster Car to stick in the end of push rods.
But they're not left-hand side and right-hand side to make them.
I'm scared to make that.
No, they're not.
Yeah, these are left-hand side and right-hand side.
I'm only right-handed though.
Okay, I like mine to be I like mine to be adjustable. So as we spin them a little bit, bam, bam, good to go. So, but that's me.
Okay.
Turn one way, it gets longer. Turn the other way, it gets shorter. That's
You know, what if you find out in flight, like, man, I might want to have it just a little bit, turn a little bit faster inside, whatever. You can do it. Sometimes you can easily adjust the at least the flap to elevator. I mean, flap to the control horn.
And the nice thing to disconnect your push rod end to do it.
yeah.
Yeah.
My first bird. I don't know if this is
So, anyways, so
they turned it bulletproof, and I laughed at first, but then
Well, thank you, Tryon, because I didn't know there was another source for that stuff. I'm always just kind of limited to the usual suspects.
yeah, when I look, I mean, actually, I did look at the usual suspects when I saw the prices over there. I was like, holy smokes.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
And the usual suspect isn't titanium.
yeah. So here basically we have 16 divided by 6 is $2.60 a piece. I mean, just
That's sure beats $9.
a piece, $9 a piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this gives you
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Uh-oh.
No, nobody's talking.
I think,
All right. So you guys good with this?
Yeah. Thank you very much.
All
Thanks,
right.
But that's not a ball. I've looked on Amazon and they have RC4WD stuff, but no balls that I can see, other than
Don't let Bezos know that.
in assemblies with axles and stuff.
Oh, I saw them in Amazon just the other day. Maybe check Amazon.ca instead of the US. You'll be able to find it.
Oh, maybe so.
Also, my Hangar 9 heat gun crapped out on me after only covering about 6 models with it. I was kind of PO'd. And I saw that super fancy one for that they talked about, the top of the line there. Saw it on Amazon for $150. I might just buy one of them since I can't find any cheap ones anywhere in North America anyway right now.
I found a lot of for $17.50, but this is a 10 pieces lot. Even better, huh?
Yeah.
I
10.
keep finding it.
Yeah, that's the one I saw, I think. It was about $10 Canadian, so that'd be about the same, 10 pieces.
Yeah.
Where's this?
This $17.50 for 10 pieces.
Amazon?
No, it's this is AliExpress.
Okay.
I mean obviously it's something like that, but oh well.
That's the turnbuckles.
Yeah,
That's
these are all turnbuckles.
Oh, I'm looking for ball links.
Does AliExpress have ball links, Tryon?
I'm sorry?
Does AliExpress sell ball
Panda.
links?
Yes, yeah, and
Found them?
actually when you buy the ball links, you can also buy them in a left-hand side and right-hand side threads.
Really? I've never even thought of
Mhm.
that.
Yep, they come in pairs. Yeah, when you buy them, look at them, they're left-hand side and right-hand side. And actually they have like a little difference between them, like they put a little ring on one of them, so you know which is which. You don't use two of them at the same time. But yeah, obviously with the turnbuckle, you know, just it makes the adjustment of the push rod is just so easy, and it's convenient, right? So, and there are a bunch of Aloft hobbies have. Yeah, Aloft has those tubes that are like 3mm ID with a 5mm OD, made out of carbon fiber. So these turnbuckles are already a 3mm, so they're gonna fit right in. All you have to do, just maybe rough up a little bit. They are sharp on the inside and are super light.
Yeah, I just up on Amazon one of the sets that I'd found, and they're pretty cheap.
Yeah.
But they look like you were describing, Tryon, as that other construction, not the ones I bought from this four-wheel drive RC company. They look
Okay, yeah.
these
Maybe
ones look a lot cheaper.
Yeah, I
Yes.
found two plastic ones on Amazon.
Yeah, maybe those are the ones I got. Yeah, but probably are they kind of have the color of the anodizing on one
Yeah.
side, and on the other side you see a little ring? Yeah,
They
don't buy those.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
you
I got
have
some
over there?
anodized ones from Central Hobbies that look similarly flaky.
Yeah. Yeah, so the stuff that you have over there, wherever you got it from, it seems much better built and heavy duty as well.
Yeah.
So I would
No.
trust those.
It took me about 3 months to get them, but I got them through the hobby shop.
Holy smokes.
Oh.
Again.
What's the part number again?
9 months. They weren't giving birth to them.
I wonder. But looking at quality, I just ordered the one package because I didn't know what they'd be like. And for $30, I don't order a whole bunch. For 10 of them, that's over $3 each. So call it $2.25 for you guys. So, looking at it, I'm kind of happy with the quality. I think I'll go back and see if I can get it in left-hand threads also. And I'm not in a hurry for them. I got lots of other things to use anyway. And I'll look into the titanium left-right threaded rods that you found and see if I can come up with something that I like.
What's the part number again? Sorry to.
The one from Tryon or from my end of it?
For your end of it, the good ones.
Okay. Z-S-1420. And it's RC4WD.
Okay. Thank you.
4D.com is their site.
Howard, if your plane flies any smoother, you may not be able to hang on to it.
Yeah, I can show you the rod ends that I'm using with, hey, there's a kitty.
Yeah, she bothered me.
If you're interested, that's.
I am.
Now, I've got to remember how to share something. Share content. There we go. Photos. Well, I gotta find the photo now. Okay, talk among yourselves while I look for the photo.
Okay.
I had it here a minute ago and
no problem. I
got
gotta
away.
catch up on the chat box anyways, but I want to welcome Carl. Carl, thanks for coming in, Carl. Appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome, buddy.
And then in the chat, Dennis B, I don't know what B stands for, but he says, is this the engine one you're looking for, Charles?
Go with that.
And I don't know what, I need more information, Dennis. I don't know, kind of at a loss. Is this the engine one you're looking for, Charles? Anyways, get back to me, Dennis, and curious what you're talking about.
Wow, that looks complicated.
That's the logarithmic system that Igor is sporting nowadays.
Yeah, but this the rod end, it comes from IGUS. IGUS is the company that makes it. Central Hobbies had it, not under that name, but they were these rod ends. And it's a special slippery plastic. And the shell is perhaps nylon, I'm not sure. So I don't have much experience with them. They're pretty smooth, but I don't know whether they freeze up in wet weather or something like.
So this is the flap horn we're looking at, Howard?
Yeah.
Wow, that is really sophisticated.
Well, that's the Igor thing.
Yeah.
I've never seen Igor stuff before. That's pretty. So is that like a variable kind of action type of horn?
Yeah, the flap deflection kind of peters out toward the end of the throw.
Yeah, he's trying to get more mechanical advantage at the end of the throw, more force holding it in that position. That's kind of the idea of the logarithmic
that's one
system.
idea.
While the exponential system is more finesse.
And I see your adjustable flap there on the leg there.
Yeah, that little thing sticking out of the control horn is goes to Lori's device.
So this is an impact you're building, Howard?
Yeah.
And I see it's laser cut. So you
Yeah.
got the pieces from, who'd you get the laser cut pieces from?
Me.
There you have it.
You have a laser cut in your shop?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Doesn't everybody?
That's right. Kiss of death.
and one thing you learn is you don't put little vertical lines there on your formers because they'll split right there.
Oh yes, right.
You can kind of try to just scorch it a little bit, but it makes a slit and it breaks.
Oh, yeah.
Howard, don't you have like a adjustable power in that laser when you can just give it less power and
yeah, but not
engraving?
enough less. I didn't give it enough less.
Oh, okay. So it's just a learning experience.
It is a learning experience, but okay. I'll
Very nice. Thank you, Howard.
Anyhow,
Howard,
wow.
the point of that was to show these rod ends, which I think might be pretty good. And they're 3 millimeter threads. And
yeah,
I got these titanium bolts, and I cut the threads off. I cut the heads off with the dangerous disc, the motor tool dangerous disc, which makes pretty pink sparks. By the way, you ought to try it. But Paul Walker, who's a stress analyst, forbade me to use those bolts. No, you've ruined the bolts. You got them hot. You can't do that. So I had to get new bolts.
Well, you might have a point there. If you got them hot, you might have ruined them.
Yeah, apparently so. I didn't drop them on the floor to see if they shattered, but
Now those ball links look a little bit shorter. The one in your plane, Howard, are they shorter in length?
then what?
than the ones like we normally see, the Dubro or the Rocket City? I mean, it just looked like they were.
No, I think they're a little chubbier, maybe. And that makes them look shorter, but I think they're about the same length.
Okay. Well, Dennis B, he responded. He says, Wendy's stunt engine starting and stuff. Oh, Dennis, I'm looking for a video for Tryon because he's going to, when he goes back to Romania, he's going to do like a stunt clinic. And he wants to, I have a video from Wendy Wanowski about engine tuning.
Oh, wait a minute.
And so
sorry, I interrupted you, but the guy who's putting up videos, Walter
Kevin King, the Walt Brownell channel.
The Walt Brownell channel. I just saw that engine run video or engine tuning video, part 1 and 2, on his channel.
Okay, well there you go, Tryon. Walt Brownell beat me to it.
Wow.
You snooze, you lose. I'm like, I was going to put it up there on my channel. I probably still can put it up on my channel. I mean, I bought the video. I have it.
Walt Brownell channel. What's the name of his channel?
It's
I'll find
the Walt Brownell collection.
Yeah.
Walt Brownell collection.
Some of it's from Walt Brownell, and some of it's from me, the ones that Wendy gave me.
Yeah, that's right. I watched a bunch of yours, Lynn.
Yeah. Well, some of it, we sent Kevin King a whole pile of them.
That's great.
And Wendy gave them to me, but I had some that were my own that went in there as well. They weren't even necessarily supposed to go in there, but that's okay. You can post them all. It's all good fun.
So do you get an overpowering urge for pizza when you watch those?
I have an overpowering urge for pizza anytime.
Man after my own heart.
I actually went for pizza with Wendy when I went down there and visited him. Him and Karen and him took Naomi and I out for an amazing pizza dinner.
Wow.
A memory I'll never forget.
Guys, I must be blind because I cannot see it. I'm on his channel right now and I don't see it.
I'll send you the link. I just pulled it up.
All right, that would be wonderful. Thank you.
Hey guys, before I go off too far more afield, I just did a little experiment with those rod ends compared to the Dubro. So
I mean,
I agree with that.
spotlight for everyone. There you go.
that's the aluminum one.
Wow, nice. Woo! Loosey goosey.
That's the Dubro one.
Wow, no comparison.
Yeah, I wonder if you put a drill on that screw and put some what's going to happen if you use a drill on the screw to spin it around and break it in, but with some say some kind of a dry lubrication, like graphite powder or something like that.
I can try that. I found with the Dubros, it's a real crapshoot. You know, half of them will be fairly decent and half of them will be like this.
Yeah, that's true.
I think if you get a bunch of them, then just pick the best of them.
Yeah, or if these aluminum ones work, I'll just stick with that. What the heck? And get this brand in the left-hand threads also, then that's maybe.
Well, you know you're going to have to get enough to supply the entire continent.
I wish to report that I found the actual RC4WD website.
All right.
These particular ball links and a bunch of others too. These are $20.99 for 10 of them.
$20.99 for 10 of them? Wow, that's
$20.99 US.
That's a good price.
$20.99.
$20.99 for 10 of them.
$20? Yeah, that's comparable because I paid 30.
What website is that, Howard? Is that Amazon or is that?
That's store.rc4wd.com. Store.rc4wd.com.
Okay.
And then you can search for that part number, which is Z-Sierra 1420. But they got a bunch of different.
Thank you,
Right.
Howard.
There, that's teamwork in action.
That's right. Thanks for the tip. I'll give you some.
Thank you, Mark.
Oh, you bet. I just watched part of it today. So
It's very interesting what you're gonna find out over there.
I tell you,
Watch the props, that video that Charles have on his channel.
I watched that one too.
If you can stay awake, windy videos are amazing. You can learn an awful lot.
They are amazing.
That's where I got the idea to cut down that 11.4. You know, when we were talking about the his ground test and get to do the break, and I said, because it did exactly what the video said. I had 11.4 on there with didn't cut off or anything, nothing. Yeah.
Right.
And it's okay. Well, took the 1/4 inch off of each end. Yeah. And like magic,
Boom.
And the extra diameter, the good information about the diameter of props, and how diameter it gives you the best, the performance wise, So swing the biggest prop your engine can swing.
That's right.
Basically what I'm saying.
Windy did more prop tests than anybody ever had a right to. When he went to the field, he would take a bucket load of props every time, and that guy would burn fuel until he tried every bloody prop he had with him. And he used to rate them all while he was there, from the best prop of the day to the shittiest prop of the day. That's what he used to do.
And then you call that prop is A1, and you go back and compare any prop to that A1 prop.
To his what did he call it? His
a square one, excuse me.
Square one prop.
Square one.
And usually at the end of the day, he'd say, well, my square one prop's still the best of the bunch. Or the only one that was comparable was this one. And other than that, my square one prop is still the best of the bunch. But that's what he had to do.
Yeah, what I've got that's super important to get from his video is that if you do this, you expect to see that, right?
Exactly.
And cause and effect. What if I sometimes he was talking, like I just saw it in a video, like in the middle of video, there's doing some prop testing or something like that. He said, well, this prop is like it's too hard over there. The braking is too hard and it's too soft over here. And he said, I'm just gonna lower the compression because that's not gonna affect my top end, but it's gonna affect my low end. It's gonna bring it closer to the top end.
Yeah.
So by if this is your 4-cycle RPM, this is your 2-cycle RPM. By decreasing the compressor, he said, basically in effect, is gonna do this.
Yeah.
This stays the same, but it's gonna do this. You have a little bit less, but he does a lot of stuff. It's Venturi size, exhaust, all kinds of stuff in there. It's like I forgot a lot of it, and if I want to try to teach those guys, I have to refresh my memory more or less. And I haven't flown in IC for such a long time that I kind of forgot a lot of it. But the main thing is just that cause and effect. And I think the key to the whole damn video is build. You have to build a solid nose. You have to build correctly. If you don't do that, you compromise everything else.
Those kids got, what kind of engines do those kids got over there?
On what?
The ones in Romania trying.
I mean, they fly a lot of medium stuff. I mean, probably we find the Legacy 40 over there, probably doing fine.
No, what I meant is, what kind of engines do they have?
They have Russian engines and some Enias. I know they have some OS Maxes. They have Foxes. They have all kind of. It's like probably if all of you just open up your drawers of motors, you're gonna probably find out everything they have over there. So it's pretty similar, right? But the thing is that I think what they lack over there is the information, this kind of information, and I think I've watched videos with them doing their stuff over there, and I'm kind of giggling at it. I was like, you guys don't know anything, kind of thing. It's not to be prideful about it, but it's, call up olive and olive, right?
Yeah.
And I thought it would be of a great benefit to them to to know this cause and effect and stuff like that, and understand the very basics of things. Is exactly like, how do you build a profile plane that's going to have a good motor run? How do we build a full body plane that's going to have a good motor run? What doublers to use, how to build an engine crutch, all that stuff that makes the nose super rigid, a small cowl. I mean, they don't know anything, though, so you have to teach them all of this stuff. But to me, is number one thing is like, you can make all the changes in a motor that you will ever want to make, and it's not going to work out for you unless you have a good build to begin with. And that's the key.
Yep. Gotta agree with you.
I'm living proof.
The other thing I find is that your engines have to like the fuel you're putting in them.
But that's part of the engine too.
Yeah, that's it. But
blah blah.
But sometimes you're chasing it. You think you've got something that it should like, and it doesn't like it. And then you go to a different fuel, and it's like, oh, it's so good now.
I found that out. The oil content.
Yeah, it's such a chase sometimes.
Yeah, and I think that's part of the video, anyways. I think.
Yeah, for sure.
It's in there. And
about half a dozen different kinds of fuel here.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I mean,
but some of my motors, I have to write down, because I'm getting older. I have to write down every single motor and what fuel to put in it, and make sure that I put it in, because I have a tendency when I'm at the field to grab the wrong jug, stuff a tank of it in my engine, and then can't figure out why it isn't running right. So frustrating.
You don't want to grab the wrong jug.
Don't forget your bucket of props, because sometimes when you go to the field, the conditions change. Are you advocating that electric is better and simpler?
Listen, I'm going to tell you something. You guys talk about electric and you say how simple it is, and then on the next breath you tell me how complicated it is. It's both ways.
It is. I only have a couple of 1-minute flights on my electric plane, so it's not plug and play. It's
not plug and play at all. It's what you want to play.
I never said that.
It's all of what you want to play.
It's a lot easier to adjust.
You can do that. You can do electric wrong too. You can get the wrong stuff.
Exactly. It's all in what you want to play.
Yeah.
If you want to play IC, you play IC. If you want to play electric, you play electric. It's what you want to play.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
And I have nothing against guys playing electric. I think electric's a great thing if that's what you want to play. I think it's wonderful.
Yeah. For me, it worked wonders, because
for sure.
Even though I was not flying junk, right? I was flying good motors. I had what did I have? The PA51s and
you had good quality. Yeah, see, it came down to what you wanted to play. You decided you wanted to play electric because you liked it better. I get it. Yeah. That's fine.
I mean, it's like I have so much less headache. And I think my biggest help is that initially when I did it, somebody was there with me and say, "Okay, this is how you adjust it. Click, 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 whatever, boom, boom." And we had a semi-proven system, right?
Right.
And as soon as we started with a semi-proven system, something that already was just something before us kind of did it. It was pretty simple, just connect the wires, program it, and it's very good to have someone else over there that already knows the system and program it before.
Sure.
And can see with it, okay, this setting does this setting does that, let's try this, boom, 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 boom. And put 1-minute flight like Charles does, right? And just put your 1-minute flight. Okay, what do you think about that? What do you want? I want to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And from that point on, the adjustments are relatively easy. I mean, I can adjust how much brake I want to have. I can adjust my lap time within like 5 to 10 flights. And after that, just go fly.
And speaking of upgrading or maintaining, I was emailing back and forth with Brian Gardner yesterday and seeing if he had any C-35 stunt parts. And he said he was wanting to do a run this year, but COVID held it up. But he promised for sure he's going to do a run of C-35 stunt and C-35 combat piston and liners.
Oh, nice. Wow.
Yeah, just this piston and liner. Do it. They're
You didn't
fantastic.
do any more OS 46 LAs?
I think he has done that. I don't know if it's in his current queue or not. He's also done the Super Tiger 46s and 60s. In the past, I think he did some Fox stuff, but the best thing is just email him and see what he can do. And when he does the piston and liner for the Stunt 35 for the Super Tiger, he includes the head because it's a baffled piston, whereas the combat isn't. And so one of my stunt engines is missing the head. So I'll see about just getting an extra head from him when he does the run. But I've got 3 other ones good to go anyway.
Well, Mike Lundke's got all of the OS 46 LA Brian Gardner kits that were ever made.
I should.
Well, I don't have them all. I don't have them all, John. I got 5. I got 5 sets.
Oh, okay.
And
he made 25 of them, so he got 1/5 of them.
well, no, I assembled. I won't say I built. I assembled 3 engines from parts, and then I got 2 more because Brian recently posted that he had some extra or some unsold, so I bought 2 more. But yeah, and I'm waiting on parts from RC Japan so I can assemble 2 more motors.
I need to get his contact information. I got 2 of them. That's all I got.
Just go on Stunthangar under members and email him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's on our Facebook group too, Brian Gardner. He's on the Control Line Flying site, and you can just direct message him through there as well, because he advertises on both places, you know.
Yeah, well, I've heard so many good things about his piston and liner for the 46 that I'm not even going to try to run the ones I got with their OS liner and piston. I'll just go ahead and get the piston and liner from him.
They're pretty good, and like Robert was saying, he made them for a bunch of engines. I mean, he's done Foxes, he's done Super Tigers, he's done Super Tiger G51s. He did a run for the LA-25. I think Al Ferraro's running one of his sets in a Nobler, you know, LA-25 in a Nobler, but he's swinging like a 10.4 or 10.5 prop on it with a 25, and it just grunts right along and does exactly what it's supposed to do, you know.
Good 25 will surprise you.
Is it changing the timing on them or something like that? Or he works with the timing or just the same
Well,
original timing?
And it goes to all ABC construction, at least on the ones I have. John, have you
Right.
seen Brian Gardner's piston and liner kits?
No, I haven't.
Okay, hang on a second.
I know another thing I wish I would like to see, and that'd be a Stalker 25 rear exhaust. I think there's a market for that small engine. So there's so many airplanes that do well, especially classic size, that do well on a 25 rear exhaust.
Rear or side or both would be good.
Yeah, either way. Yeah.
Hey, Mike, thanks for coming in tonight, Mike. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. I'd have been here earlier, but I was on the phone with Paul Walker. So,
all right.
You know, all the big stunt guys call me, man. They
do.
They're all calling you to know how to tie that knot, Mike.
Or what?
Yeah.
Hey, you're a rising star, Mike. What the hell?
Yeah.
No, I was just confirming all the info that Howard gave me, and he said I should have a conversation with Paul, and Paul was nice enough to call me this evening and discuss the setup. And Howard, you're spot on, man. Everything you told me was right, man.
He's not using this newer badass.
Not the motor. He's using Dane's batteries.
Oh yeah.
But not the motor. And he said he sees no reason to go to a lower KV motor. He's just using the battery. And actually, if I can quote him, he says, unless you're at an expert level, you're not going to notice the difference using a lithium ion battery versus a LiPo. That's basically what he said. And he also said, don't use the tut timer to begin with. Add it later. He said, well, Howard wants that weird stuff. I mean, he didn't insult you or anything like that. But I
didn't. Why not?
No, I told him what I was doing and where I was going with it. And he says, well, I don't know about that. Howard's using that, but I wouldn't recommend it right off the bat. Just fly the standard system and then maybe add it later or something like that. So, I'm getting input from everyone. I'm trying to garner.
It could be considered unnecessary complexity.
That's kind of what he said. Yeah. A little he didn't use those exact words, but pretty close to that. You're complicating things unnecessarily if you don't. But, I got them. They're there. They could get added later. And then I'll just say one more thing before Robert wants to show his piston liner. Howard, your jam is in the mail. It's on the way, man.
Where's your bike acid?
Okay. All right. So we're trading packages. Nice. I like it.
Enforcement agency, no. So, John, are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe if you could make me big, Charles. There we are.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the liner.
Little to your left. Not that far. There.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice looking.
And here's the piston.
Oh, that's sweet.
Like little circlips in it. And you notice with the rod.
There's an oil hole in the bottom of the rod.
Oil hole, everything. Is
there an oil hole up the top? I'm just curious.
Don't know. Can't see up there. Probably not.
And what's that worth?
I don't remember. I bought 2 sets of them a couple of years ago, and I think they were $120 a set, something like that.
Okay. And this is for an LA 46?
No, this is for the Fox 36X.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But the 46, Mike has them, and he's running them in a couple of. He said that several times that they run pretty sweet.
And Sparky loves them in his Super Tiger 60.
Yeah.
So I bet if you look at Sparky's motors, they're all like, on the outside you say like it's a 1,000,000-year-old motor. But the inside is like brand spanking new.
Yeah.
It's good to have one of those old cases.
Yeah.
Well, actually, when I flew the Junar motor looked beautiful. It looked really nice. I mean, the whole plane was nice. Even the muffler, it was like polished.
Sparky has pretty high-end equipment. Even his Super Tiger stuff is top shelf.
Yeah, he does a good job with it.
I think
it's not old beaters. He sells the old beater motors off. I know. I bought a couple of them, and they were fine.
They were fine. Charles.
Yeah.
Did you see that fellow from California, the long-haired ponytail guy with the beard?
Yeah, Mike Meadows. I think.
Did you see that Cosmic Wind that he built?
Yeah, he had 3 beautiful planes there.
Did you see the polished
string and the Cosmic Wind?
Did you see the polished tank and the polished?
Yes, and the polished landing gear. The landing gear was polished as well. Remember the that was beautiful. Yeah, he's a
nice planes. Hey, Robert, did you show a head for those as well? I missed it.
Nope, they didn't come with the head.
I'll show you a Brian Gardner head here. Let me grab one in my stack for anyone who's interested. Now
bring out the piston liner. I want to see if the
for the 46.
Yeah.
I got to dig it out, John, but I got a whole set in here. I'll dig it out.
Okay.
Give me a minute.
All right. Yeah, I was really impressed with his. He had a Cosmic Wind, a Buster, and what's the other one?
Shoestring.
Shoestring, and they were outstanding.
They were really nice. I was blown away. I didn't know, because he buys so many planes, and when he said he made them, I was really impressed. 'Cause I thought he bought those, but he said he made them, and I was like, wow, you did really good, Mike.
You know, those darn airplanes, the Cosmic Wind, the Shoestring, and the Buster, if they're set up well, they are really good flying airplanes. All three of them.
They're too small.
Even if you can learn on them. I mean, my first plane was the Cosmic Wind.
Yeah, so was mine. So was mine. And you know what? Mine flew like crap. But I built another one, 35 years later, and I flew it 2 summers ago. I've still got it in my garage. Man, it flies nice. I'm shocked how well it flies.
My Buster did not fly good when I was a kid, but I think it's because I didn't realize it was tail heavy.
Yeah, build another one and balance it right, and it'll shock you. You won't be. It'll blow your mind how well that thing flies.
Yeah, because it has that cowl cheek. I mean, that cheek cowl, and so that should make a nice motor run.
It does. Like I've got a Fox 35 on mine, and it with no muffler, it runs amazing. I'm shocked how well it runs and how well it flies.
It'd fly better with an Enya, Len.
Hey, Len, have you seen my new not yet flown Cosmic Wind?
No. Bring it. I got to see it. All right.
Replica back a couple of years ago, and I'm hoping that I can get my dad out to see it fly.
Is it a replica of your first one?
Yep.
Oh, it's mine.
Cool. Let's see what you got there, Mike.
Well, I'm busting the cherry on this tube from Australia Post, man. I haven't even opened this one yet, but
reveal. You're nice and big, Mike.
I know that's what my wife says.
Yeah.
I done it.
Oh boy.
Sorry, that's probably not family friendly, man. I'm sorry about
that. About the man from Kent.
No, I mean, Mike, you're over 6 foot. You're big and probably you're a nice guy.
I'm 6'3" now. My neck got bigger since I had that plate put in my. I've been 6'2.5" all my life. I'm 6'3" now.
Enjoy it while you can. You're going to start shrinking soon.
I was 6'3" when I was in the Navy, Mike, and you saw how much shorter I am than you now. I'm 5'11". That's how much I've shrunk.
You got to get some of those titanium parts.
Yeah, there we go.
Turnbuckle.
All right, John. So there's a cylinder.
Okay, I wanted to get an idea how thick the cylinder is, especially up at the top around. How does it compare to the
Boy,
stock?
it's not going to let me take it apart because it's freezing cold in the shop right now.
Right.
But let me see if I can.
Beautiful.
And I don't know if you can tell if the ports are stock or not just by looking at them.
I can't, but that sure looks nice. So I love that brass color and
But you get the liner, you get the rod, you get the piston.
Is there an oil hole at the bottom of the rod?
Oh yeah, of course there is.
How about on the inside?
Right there.
Up at the wrist pit. Can you see up there?
I can't, but you know what? It wouldn't surprise me if there wasn't one.
A lot of them don't have it,
I mean, I can heat this up and get this out of here if I need to.
That's not necessary.
But there's the head that he sends with it too.
Let me see the combustion chamber.
So you get the head.
I'm trying, oh yeah, Hemi head, wide band. Yeah.
Yeah, and you get shims with it too, you know. He
I
sends
wonder
it.
does he say what the compression ratio is?
He sends a shim set with it, and he says just start out with one shim and then see where you need to go from there. You know.
Looks good. I got to get me a couple of those.
Yeah, and I can
there's-
tell you what he charges for these. I'd have to look it up, but I can tell you. I want to say I paid $240 Australian shipped, which I think is cheaper than US, right?
Yeah.
It was maybe 180 US or 160 US shipped, possibly.
Probably.
Yeah. Canadian
That was
dollars.
shipped though.
I can't afford those. I'd have to put a mortgage on my house. Canadian money isn't worth anything, so I'd be.
Well, hang a while. We may not be either pretty soon.
And I don't know. Robert was showing his, and it had circlips in it. I don't know if the piston pin in these has circlips or the Delron or nylon bushings on the side like a stock 46 does. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna heat this up and get this piston out of here so we can we'll really see what we're talking about. I'll just hit it with the gun and it'll slide right out. It's about 40 degrees in my shop right now, so everything's of course it was shipped in oil. John, I'll get it freed and we'll take a peek and let you know. Okay.
Okay, appreciate that.
Sounds good.
I think my LA 46s, I'm going to leave as they are. They're both brand new. I'll leave them stock at those prices.
Yeah, your Canadian dollars don't go any further than mine do.
No.
Once you run one of these, you'll know the difference, man. I'm telling you, we put one on Sam's Tom Dixon Vector 40 profile that he built for the Nats. Of course, he didn't get to fly it at the Nats because the Nats got totally screwed this year. So he didn't get to fly stunt because we were flying combat. But in all our flying, I broke it in on the stand, and then, he put about 20 flights on it, and it's a pretty sweet running 46.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We have a mess of the Tom Dixon 46s, the reworked Tom Dixon 46s.
Yeah.
I think we have 6 or 7 of those, and those are great stunt motors. But there's definitely a difference in the Brian Gardner setup, man.
Okay.
There's definitely a difference. And you're never gonna wear it out, man. You're never gonna wear it out.
Yeah.
I have a question, Mike. So when you change from a stock 46 and then you put the Brian Gardner setup, what's the end result? I mean, do you have to use a bigger prop, longer lines? What's the difference?
Just the brake and the way it runs. It brakes better. You get a better 4.2 brake on it, and it's just more consistent. You put a Randy Smith PA needle in there. You can have your choice of Venturis, the 280 or the 250 or anything in between to accommodate your fuel mileage, to get what you need. They just run sweet, man. They're steady. They're consistent.
Probably one of the best, to begin with, it's probably one of the best stunt engines that OS has come out with since the 35S.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
And then when you put Brian Gardner's workings in there, I heard he may have changed the timing just a little too. But whatever he did, it's going to last forever, like you said. And it's awesome the way it runs. And, with my wanting to use IC for old time and classic and nostalgia, well, nostalgia might be I'm not sure on that, but electric primarily on Pampa classes. I want to have a really good running engine. I see Denny looking off pensive.
Yeah.
Hi, Denny.
Well, John, I'll just add one more thing. Some of these ports are angled at a
Directional
45.
porting.
Some of these ports are angled in, some are angled out, right? Where,
Yeah.
you know, a stock 46 is just kind of, it's punched
not straight cut across.
straight cut across. But yeah, some of these ports are angled in, some are angled out.
You know, you should be able to upgrade an LA 40 to a 46 using that then, since it comes with the head.
Yeah.
Because I've got two LA 40s also, but they're both fine too. One of them is new. One of them I've just been running this summer.
Well, no, you can't put this in a 40 because it won't fit.
It won't fit?
No.
No. I mean,
different size.
Yeah.
Same case.
It's the same case, but the hole for the liner is different.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
Then you got to do like they do with the Series 21 McCoy in a redhead case.
Yeah, well, so if you drill the case out to accept this liner, all you've done is made a 40 case, a 46 case. Why don't you just get 46?
Why not just get a 46 case? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Because, you know, some manufacturers over the years have used similar cases and just went to a thicker liner for the smaller displacement.
No, they don't do that on the 40 and the 46. The cases are identical, but the bore in the case is different between the 40 and 46. They didn't change the thickness of the liner to do it.
I heard OS is not making any control line engines or any engines that are very good for converting to control line anymore.
Well, they have the LA 25 2 is out. You can buy that. They are making the 25.
That's good to hear.
2. You can buy it from RC Japan for about $125.
There you go.
But it's an RC motor. It's an RC motor with a full-on carburetor and the whole deal.
So you just have to put a Venturi needle in it like you used to.
Right. Yeah. But why would you do that when you can buy an LA 25 on any auction site, usually for about $75?
Well, true enough.
Yeah. Unless you get one that's all crusty over black and burned and smells funny. And
that's okay, because you can get a piston and liner from RC Japan for $15 and make it brand new, man.
Oh,
that's what we do with our combat motors. I look for crusty old LA 25s. It swap meets and wherever, because I can
get the best things going. You just throw them in a crock pot, take all the crap off them, and then stick a new piston and liner in it. You got a brand new motor.
Bob's your uncle. And if you need a rod, if you need a connecting rod, they're like $6 from RC Japan. There's definitely cheap ways to revive those motors if you're willing to buy the parts from RC Japan. But the key is, if you're going to do that with RC Japan, you got to make a big order. Like, you buy a bunch of piston and liners, you buy a bunch of rods, you buy a bunch of, thrust bearings, you buy a bunch of heads, you buy, you just get a hodgepodge of everything you're going to, Venturis. You get a Venturi from RC Japan for, I think they're $4.50.
Wow.
The 25s or the 46s. You go try to buy one on eBay, they're whacking you $15 for one, for a stock.
Exactly. Venturi,
Venturi. Plus $20.
Plus whatever shipping. Yeah, you're right. So I always just kind of take stock of where we're at with because we run the 46s in stunt, we run the 40s for combat, and we run the 25s for combat. I just kind of look at where we're at and what we're going to need, especially if I buy a bunch of swap meet motors, and then I'll just buy more stuff than I think I need, and then I always have it here, So if I do get a 25 that comes in, I've got a piston and liner for it. I've got a rod. I've got spare cranks, just because
Mike's got his own OS engine manufacturing plant going right in his own garage.
Well, I think that's a great idea. And I hope people are listening to what you're saying, Mike, because like my friend,
That's awesome.
He was looking for a new LA 25, and I think that's so. Joe, if you're listening,
you can build one from parts from RC Japan for about $65, man.
That's awesome.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. Why would you buy a whole motor?
You can buy all the parts to build one for about $65 or $70 tops, even a 46. You know, and especially if you're really cheap and you got some FP parts laying around.
Yeah.
If you got
those too, yeah.
If you got a crank from an FP and a backplate from an FP, then you don't need to buy those for your 46. You got them already. If you got a thrust washer and a thrust bearing already, you don't need to buy that, you know. And the parts are interchangeable on a lot of those OS motors, you know.
That's fantastic.
So you find a way to cheat it a little bit, you know. But we buy enough of the crappy 25s. When we go to RC swap meets, when I see LA 25s for 15 or 20 bucks that are roached, I buy them because I know for 15 or 20 bucks I can make them brand new with parts from RC Japan.
Yeah, I wonder,
here's a
are
question
they still making the 25?
Yeah.
It's the OS 25-2 is what they call it.
Oh, okay.
But only available from RC Japan.
Now, for our listeners, Mike, can you clarify that there's no difference between the blue case and the silver case?
There isn't. No,
I-
not at all.
Yeah, one case is blue and one case is silver. That's the difference.
That's the
And
difference.
if you put the blue case in and soak it in the antifreeze, you'll have a silver case.
Yeah. It'll look like crap, but it'll be silver. Yeah.
I actually knew that. I was just wanting to say it for our audience.
Yeah, one's anodized, one is not. I mean, that's all it is. But yeah, everything is interchangeable. Now there's some chatter on Stunthangar about the blue motors didn't run as good as the silver motors did.
Oh,
but
baloney. I got a blue one that outran every silver motor on the planet. They're all the
I've seen
same.
blue ones that outrun silver ones. I've seen silver ones
Exactly.
outrun blue ones. It
Exactly.
depends upon the motor, or maybe the fuel. It might be.
No, it's the fuel and the fit. If
Yeah.
they
And the
fit
braking.
real well, they're gonna run well.
Yeah.
I think it's like
If you don't want to be blue, switch to electric.
Oh, brother. Here we go again.
I wanted to say something before Mark Lumen, if you
Blue
think
to
about
black.
disappearing. Mark, I don't see your video. Are you gonna stick around for a while, or?
Yeah, I just had to make a phone call.
Okay, cool. Before you go though, I wanted to say this earlier. When you're shaving down the props, I love the prop scribe that Jim Lee sells.
Oh, isn't that cool?
It is so cool. It's worth buying. And that way, because when you if it was to measuring the end of the tip and cut off 1/4 of an inch on each side, the prop might have a longer blade on one side than the other. But with the scribe tool, you're going to actually get the blades where they're the same length. And you can do it. I've done like as small as 1/8 an inch scribe, cuts, and then I put on. Then I will use this. I have a 12-inch disc sander, and I'll just take down the prop that way with the disc sander as opposed to cutting it, because you might split the wood or have some other problem. But that's how I do it. I use Jim Lee's scribe, and it makes a nice arc cut. And yeah, that's exactly what it is. This is what Mike has in his possession. Let me make you big, Mike.
Make it
let's see
big.
if I can hold it up.
I'll make you bigger. You're already big,
There
Mike.
it is.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
So
that
it
is
goes
awesome.
right in the hub, and then you got your scribe right here,
Very nice.
and you can loosen it right here and move the scribe in and out,
Cool.
and then you get it where you want it. Now, this is not going all the way down in the hub. Well, I can get it in there because this prop is not drilled, so it's kind of hard.
It's a new one. Okay.
Drilled, you set it right in the hub, and you just take the scribe and go,
Got it.
Nice.
take off 1/4 inch to make the prop 1/2 inch shorter. Or, I mean, you get it, but
Yeah.
it's, and then you can either I mean, I've done it both ways in a pinch on the field. I've used a pair of scissors to cut a combat prop, right? Just a pair of scissors. But if you make that scribe, it makes a really nice scribe on a wooden prop. And then you can just stick it on your belt sander right up to the line. And then, you know,
get it exact.
Use a sanding block after that. But yeah, that's one of the best tools that Jim Lee sells right there. And it's less than $10, I think.
Yeah, I'll grab one.
I gotta get me one of those.
Everybody
too.
grab one.
Yeah.
Everybody grab one. He needs
Let's
to
all get one of those.
Well, it should work if the whole were centered on the APC prop, but it's not.
Right. Well, yeah, there's it. Yeah, but Howard, on a combat plane, we don't really care on these APCs, man. If it's close enough, that's close enough.
Wait a minute. You mean you don't just clip one blade, then save the piece, hold it up to the other blade and clip it? And scissors? I mean, I thought side cutters were the tool of choice.
Well, you know, whatever you got in your box, Denny. Whatever you got in your box, Denny.
Whatever you got in the box of tricks.
Whatever works. But yeah, that's one of Jim's best things
I'm
ever.
on board with Jim Lee's prop scribe too. It is one of those little genius tools that you can't live without.
It is. Lenny, how do you think I'm cutting down all those rev up 12.5s down to
don't be cutting mine down. You just leave those alone.
Oh, yours are sold. Yours are gone, man. Yours are gone.
Unbearable.
Yeah.
I've been sitting on them for like 2 years, man. You know, sorry.
We're getting closer to get across the board. I'm going to be so old by the time I get across the border, they won't let me across because of my age.
Hey, Mike, you've got my address. Just send me lens props. I'll have them in safekeeping for him.
Unbelievable. Don't be sending him anything.
I've only got 30 of them, Len.
Hey, Denny.
Wow.
Hey, Denny. Still there, Denny?
Yeah.
Remember them, Len?
Would you mind doing a little show and tell one of these times on how you built that box for your airplane? And that was just so slick, and it didn't cost a whole lot.
That box was badass, man. It really was.
I don't know if it was badass or it was low tech.
I think, Dennis, you should start with the airplane in the box, take it out and put it together and just like out of the box and assemble the airplane. Because you did that so fast out there on
Oh, I don't know. Well, you know, on this little show here, we got our friend from Romania here does the whole job in about 60 seconds, and you know I can't touch that. So,
Well,
and
yeah,
he has more parts to put in too. So,
yeah, but he's special.
Has there been any more talk on that one design plane for us all to do? I brought it up a couple of weeks ago.
I'm glad you brought that up. Let's come back to that circle back, as Jen Psaki says.
Oh, don't do that.
Let's circle back on that a little bit when we finish this discussion, okay?
Yeah, you bet.
Guys, let me catch up on the chat box. First of all, Dennis B., thank you very much. And you're right, there are hundreds of videos there on the Walt Burnell. I mean, actually on YouTube, there's hundreds of Windy videos. And Marcel Legrand, he says, I have a brand new OS 35S for my Fancherized Twister.
All right, good motor.
That's a good motor. Actually, I have about 3 or 4. I love that motor. So yeah, that should be very, very nice. And then I think this is Paul Taylor, I think. It's P. Tay. He says, in my humble, honest opinion, the LA 40 does not give a good as stunt run as the 46. Also, the 46 might be a little lighter. And you're right on both accounts, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
It is lighter because it's the same case and they just drilled it out bigger.
That's right. The LA 40 is definitely heavier than the 46.
But wait a minute, replacing aluminum with steel does not make it lighter.
Well, no, just stock, Dennis, just stock.
The stock LA 40 versus the stock LA 46.
The stock 46 is lighter than the stock 40, period.
Exactly. I believe that, but I was very surprised to hear you say that there was a difference in the size and the hole in the case, because the extra weight could easily come from the fact that the LA had the same outer diameter, but a smaller inner diameter and a little more steel in it. But I guess I always thought that was where the difference came from.
Yeah, the liner on the 40 is thicker.
Yeah, now I've never disassembled the two. I have absolutely no idea if you can swap parts or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure the crankshaft is the same, and I've
It
got all
is.
the others.
It is.
And it is believable that it could be that way, but I guess I just don't know. So
Steve, wait, are you saying the liner on the 40 is thicker?
It's thinner than the 40. If you weigh the liners weighs more on the 40 than on the 46.
No, the case, you can't just take the liner from each motor, each case, and swap them out. They don't fit.
I know it.
Because
I agree with the 46 being lighter. It just makes more sense because if you cut the aluminum out to fit a larger diameter liner,
yes, yeah,
and the
liners are the
wall thickness. I mean, yeah, you increase the liner weight a tiny bit, but I think you also lose it on the aluminum side more.
Steel is three times as heavy as aluminum.
Right.
There's no difference in the thickness of the liner.
Weigh the parts once, and you'll see where the weight savings is.
The weight savings is in the case because the 46 has a bigger bore in the case than the 40 does.
Right.
Yeah.
More material in the case on the 40 than there is on the 46. The liners have nothing to do with it.
The liners weigh less on the 46 liner weighs less than the 30. The 46 liner weighs less than the 40 liner.
What about the cases?
The case weighs less also, but a few thousandths of that aluminum doesn't knock off a half an ounce or whatever the difference.
It's not
in that
just
is.
a few thousands. It's more than that, Steve.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's more than a few thousand. And at the ultimately, I mean, it's like I take if the 46 runs as good, even if it's half an ounce heavier, I wouldn't care.
Yeah, the 46 runs better, but if you take 0.05, that's that is going to be the size of bigger on the bore of that.
I can weigh both liners because I have brand new liners for both.
Yeah, weigh them once, Mike.
I can weigh the liners, but I think the weight comes from it's the same case and one is bored out bigger than the other.
Yeah, but 6 thousandths bore out is not gonna knock off a half an ounce.
Why would they make the liners different thicknesses on those two engines?
I don't know.
Well, I don't think they do.
Okay, Mike, the only reason you make the liners a different thickness is if you want to use the same external dimension and just change the bore to change the displacement.
Yeah.
So in other words, you put a smaller piston and a smaller bore, but a heavier, thicker liner, but you can drop it in the same case. Now, if you can't
drop them in the same case. That's what I'm saying.
Then that all blows away. So
you can't drop them in the same case. They're not interchangeable in the same case. That's what I'm getting.
Maybe they are looking at the thermal properties.
Yeah, there is a thermal expansion too. Yeah. Because
all I know is that 6 thousandths bigger on the diameter is not gonna add up to a half an ounce of aluminum.
No,
it's just not. It's
well,
only
good
what
question. We need
the
to
difference isn't a half an ounce, is it?
Huh?
The difference is just a couple of grams, isn't it? It's not.
I think it's about a half an ounce lighter.
That's hard to believe.
I can probably
But
check.
I don't worry about it. I have an LA 40, never had a 46, and my LA 40 right now is a doorstop. So
I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna go down and weigh both motors. I got new ones of both.
Okay.
Thanks, Lynn. Lynn.
Well,
Hey, if anybody's if you're serious about looking at my magic model box, I have
I
it
am.
right here, and we could
All
go
right,
through.
make it big.
All right,
Yep.
we're ready.
You
So
ready?
you're back in
Okay.
Indiana, I see.
If I can turn the camera around.
We add replace font.
There.
I need a big.
All right. This is the box. It's about 54 inches overall. You know, lengthwise, it's 15 across and about 8 inches tall. And that added up to just under the 80-inch maximum dimension that was allowable. The base material I went to the local U-Haul dealer and I got what they call the sport utility box that was 48 by 15 by 15. And I basically just sliced it in half and dropped it down to half the thickness. And then it was 48 and I needed 54. Well, when I cut it in half, I also extended the end flaps out. You can see that little ridge there. That's where, you know, it just folded the end flaps out. And then I come up with some new cardboard for the end flap. All right.
Okay.
Now I got a big cardboard box. Well, a big cardboard box, it wasn't going to be sturdy enough by itself. So inside, I lined it completely with pink styrofoam insulation board. It's 3/4 of an inch thick. Got a 4x8 sheet for, I think, $19.95 from the local Menards store, like a Home Depot in this area. And I have almost half of the sheet left. But anyhow, from that, I was able to cut full length, bottom, top, and sides. And then to support all the pieces in there, I made a bunch of bulkheads. These are all basically the same height as the ends and everything like that. Back up just a minute. All of the foam is glued using liquid nails. It's glued to the cardboard, so it reinforces it. And the combination is actually pretty doggone strong. So
that looks great. That's really neat.
And with all of the bulkheads in it, the idea was, you know, even with the foam on the lid and stuff like that, I thought it could still crush. But with all the bulkheads, the idea was to try to get it so it wouldn't crush.
Wow.
So spread the load out. And obviously, if somebody really wanted to crush it, they could have crushed it. All right.
Wow.
So we get a little different angle on it.
Boy, that hurt my head.
Sorry about that. There's all the parts.
And I was falling.
The one piece, bolt on wing, bolt on stab, and a bolt on fin. All right, the fuselage goes through there. So this is the part that frankly didn't work out as well as I wanted it to. Just by myself. My son was here a minute ago. I have to lift. Let me see if I can lift this out with one hand. It usually takes two, but yeah. Don't know how to. Nothing. Get two more hands wouldn't fix. Yeah, this isn't going to work very well. All right. Stand by for a minute while I lift the airplane out.
All right, let me catch up on the chat box. So Paul Taylor, I believe that's Paul Taylor, it's P-Tay, says Mike is correct. I have put the motors on the scale. Thanks, Paul.
Did he measure the size of the opening for the cylinder in each case?
Yeah, there's a difference in that too.
All he said is that he has them on a scale. I guess he just weighed them. I don't think he did anything else.
Okay, I just weighed mine and I get different weights for each of my LA-40. I've got a silver case and a blue case. The silver case is, there again. The silver case is 9.3 ounces.
That's the 46?
That's a 40.
40, okay.
My blue case 40 is 8.9 ounces.
Wow.
Both with the same Venturi needle valve. One has an aluminum backplate, mind you, but same engine.
That might make a difference, that aluminum backplate.
The LA 46. My silver one weighs 8.9 ounces, totally stock, with a regular Venturi needle valve. My other one has the remote needle valve, so it might affect the weight a bit. It's a blue case, and it's 9.4 ounces.
That was pretty darn close.
Heavy anodizing.
So basically, there isn't a damn bit of difference between them.
Yeah. Okay, let's let.
Okay.
What Denny did here.
Okay, ready back to that. All right, what I did here is I've lifted the airplane with all of its bulkheads out basically as one unit, okay?
Oh, thank you, Danny.
And that's not the most convenient thing to do, but frankly, that's the way it ended up, and it kind of works, but it's kind of a pain getting it in and out of the box. I have the fin buried in the bottom there. And it had its own little notch cut in, so it would, the little piece of fuselage that goes on the fin could nestle down into it. All right. And there you can also see, those are the two screws that hold the fin and the stab on the fuselage. Okay.
All right.
So anyway, it's just a question then of sliding all the parts out. And remembering where all the parts are.
Kind of hard to do it with one hand, huh?
Oh, that's it. Let's just say that it's a lot. After watching you do yours on video, I know your show is a hell of a lot cleaner than this show.
No. I'm not saying that. I mean, it's like I try to videotape myself doing it, and when I need the second hand for that,
yeah.
And I go like, oh, this is just pain.
Okay. So there we have it. Everything's loose and everything like that.
That is just so slick.
All right. Now
on the cheap too.
Now all the assembly after that is really, it's kind of like we've talked about before. Let's see. See how this works. I know I'm going to die a painful death in stunt hell for even acknowledging that I use this, but the push rod is held on at the rear with a simple quick link, all right, with a keeper on it. And the reason I think it works is that this is, after all, a smoothie. Is not terribly heavy, not terribly large surfaces and everything like that. The loads are not terribly high. You come right down to it. This is not a PA 75, right. 75 ounce, or as Len likes, the 90 ounce airplane. So,
I don't know if I like it, but.
Well, that's it. And as somebody actually noted as we were talking about it at the field, he says, gee, if you got a bolt-on stab, you can adjust the incidence. I said, well, yeah, you can. All right. As you can see, I used some high-tech red electrician's tape there.
Oh, that is high-tech.
That's it.
Well, I was just so impressed when I was watching you and your wife put it back in the box after the contest. And I really wanted to see how you did the box. That's really quite ingenious in my mind, using the bulkhead type setup you use.
What's really ingenious is if he trained his wife how to do it.
She knows how to do it. She was slapping his hands.
That's it.
Wasn't Spanish.
She was, oops. All right. Here we go again. You can kind of see how that goes together. You really need a piece of the rear fuselage, removable. It makes it so much easier to get the push rods in there and stuff. And really, if you do it all right, it should all line right up. And when you line up the blocks and everything like that, it should all screw right down.
Yep.
Now, one thing I don't like about single fin airplanes is that you end up with screws going through the fin. All right. And that is literally what I did. And this one here is interesting because, well, without a ball drive, it wouldn't work. All right.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, again, of course, these are all 440s. They're all standard size, 9th and everything like that. Nothing terribly special there. All right. Okay, now I think I've shown you guys in the past things that I do, you know, the way I bolt the wings on and stuff like that. And this is no different. So it's bolted on basically 4 places. Actually, you could argue it's 6 places because the landing gear bolts onto both the wing and the fuselage. So, and just for transportation, I thought it was, for me, it was easier just to leave the bolts with the airplane. And then I carried a set of spares, of course. Not that I'd ever lose them.
No. Never happened.
Never happened.
Only if you didn't have the spares, then it would happen.
Exactly. And you hit that right on the head, John. The best way to make sure the bad stuff never happens is have a backup plan.
Yep.
It was so funny. I was so worried about the size of the box and everything like that. I took it up to the counter. The lady slapped it got checked in as my my onboard luggage, and I brought it up to the counter. She didn't even look at it. You know, she just slapped the label on it and sent it on through. Okay.
And the
Okay,
batteries?
one other little detail on this is on all of the airplanes, I worry about, you know, the fuselage flexing in the middle between the front and the back point. So I always put a bolt in the middle. Usually I try to have the bell crank bolt come all the way up through the wing and into the fuselage. And on this one, I didn't do that. It's actually did this about 12 years ago. I actually have a bolt down from the top that goes into an upper bell crank platform. All right. And it just bolts in there to the blind nut. So I got the bell crank bolt comes through both platforms, and then I have this extra attachment that comes in just the top. What I gain out of that is it, of course, takes care of any flex in the fuselage, but it also gives me some place hard to hang on to the airplane when I pull test. So I got a bell crank. In effect, I have a,
good point.
You know, this is attached to the bell crank platform. So when I'm pull testing, I can pull over the wing and under the wing, you know, through the block that's down there. And I can get a nice clean handle, if you will, for the pull testing. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Push rod. I have one of my answers to get this airplane to fly properly is I had to put the elevator push rod to the top hole in the flap horn here. So I had a longer arm, and then you of course use the long arm in the back, and the extra mechanical advantage greatly improved the control response in the airplane. It got rid of a bunch of dead band I used to have right around neutral, and made a huge improvement on it. I couldn't believe it, but that's, you know, but it worked out that way. So the hardest part of the whole assembly is I have to, when I slide the wing into the fuselage, I have to attach this bolt too. So hang on a second. So let's see. Let me bring this over here so I can't lose it quite as easy.
Let me interrupt for a second.
Oh, Lord.
Dennis, while you're doing that, Dennis.
This,
People out in the audience, we only have 14 likes and we have like 23 concurrent viewers.
there's the ball link. Oops.
So
on that
please
end.
hit the like button. Help the channel's analytics. I think this is a really good show.
Come on, line up.
More
There we
deserving than 14 likes. Go ahead, Dan.
I know you're jiggling fingers, Dennis, because I got a removable wing on my smoothie also. Not a lot of room there.
I gave you a like, Charles. Yeah, if everyone here gave him a like, how does he only have 14?
Oh, watch me grimace as I do all of this here.
Those are some nice studs you got there, Dennis. Good studs.
Yeah, I see where you hit. I see where you hit those joists with the roller too. Oh God.
I hope that's not your garage with no insulation in it.
That's his basement.
Up there in Indiana.
See where you hit the bottom of the joist with the roller?
Yeah.
Right there.
Oh, I just managed to drop the nut inside the wing,
That one
but I got it
too.
Oh,
back.
no.
Tell you what, guys, give me a pass on assembling the rest of it.
Okay.
Okay.
You're getting fast.
I think you know how it's going here. It's just a matter of wrestling here. So
Well, we get that,
Are you
but
still there?
still, Denny, that was a very innovative way to build that airplane and get it on an airplane to take
am I still
loss.
connected?
It was
So
pretty
there's no
impressive.
problems
Yeah.
with the batteries in a plane?
No, you take them on carry-on. You take them carry-on. You don't
So
check.
So the TSA no not gonna give you grief for that, right? At all.
No.
All right, cool.
No.
I was wondering, like I know it's kind of old news now because maybe they did it at the beginning, but I'm not sure. I'm trying to get some updated information.
Take them in your carry-on. It's the same battery that's in your laptop and
What's
in
the
your
difference
cell
in
phone.
weight, Len?
They're exactly the same. I got the same black plastic plate on the back of both of them. I got Venturis in both of them. I've got the same prop nut and prop washer on both of them. And
What
my
is, what is
weights
yours?
are,
What did they weigh?
okay. One is 243 grams, which is the LA 40, and the LA 46 is 244 grams. The LA 40 is 8.5 ounces. The LA 46 is 8.6 ounces.
It's interesting, Len, because my LA 40, one of them is 8.9 and the other one is 9.3, but one has an aluminum backplate. And my one's a silver and one's a blue case. And with the LA 46, again, one silver and one blue. One weighs 8.9 and the other is 9.4, but it has a remote needle valve on that one, on the hip.
God, am I going to have to get out like 5 of each and weigh them so we get a good bell curve?
Mine are the same. They're both silver and they both got Venturis and they both have plastic backplates. They're identical.
Wow.
So
You got glow plugs in both of them? You got glow plugs in both of them?
nothing. No plug in either one.
No plug. All right.
So I wanted them to be the same. So they're the same.
Yeah. Do they have the JIS screws in them, or are they replaced with socket head cap screws or anything? Or
Nope, they both have original screws. Just
okay, I'm just asking. You know, if they're both.
They're all Phillips head screws. They're identical factory.
They're not Phillips head. They're JIS, man.
Well, I've always used a Phillips screwdriver in them. That's all.
That's why they strip out.
Oh, okay, that's why I don't take motors apart. But anyhow, they're identical motors and they're basically identical weight within 1 gram of each other.
Oh my gosh! Now I got to get some out and weigh them.
Yeah, I mean,
And that's
that really throws off that when you know,
Well,
when
I'm just
weighed
telling you
mine,
what
mine was a
that's
half
what
an
I've
ounce
got.
lighter.
Well,
Yeah,
I
I've
don't
been
know.
repeating the same thing. I thought
Maybe I got a heavy one. I don't know, but that's
No,
what
yours
I've
are
got.
lighter yet.
Well, Len, we're dealing with this exactly the same because my silver case, one of my silver case LA 40s and my silver case LA 46, both with identical needle valve assemblies and everything, stock screws, stock back plate, were both 8.9 ounces.
You got one, Lynn, you must have one that was built on a Monday or a Friday. They come in hungover on Monday and they want to get out of there on Friday.
Yeah, they didn't put half
do
the
as much
goddamn parts in
machining on
it.
them.
Yeah,
You know,
something like that. I don't know.
that's the deal with the cars, right? You never buy one built on a Monday or Friday because they're hungover on Monday and they want to go home on Friday. So they
That's
crap
right.
the job.
And it's
But,
true.
just to-
And it's true because I worked in the auto industry, in the auto plant for 20 years. You're right, they are.
Yeah. Just to catch John Miller really quick. John, I got the piston out of the liner on the Gardner setup. The 46 does have circlips on it on the piston pin.
It doesn't have a baffle.
He doesn't do, you know, the Delrin piston pin. It has circlips. And I cannot see to the top of the rod to see if it has an oil hole in it, but I'm almost certain it does. But I don't want to take these circlips off to find out. Okay.
You know, it's not that it's not that super important on the wrist pin, but it is on the main bearing, on the you know, on the one going in the crank.
I would bet as fine as Brian's machining is on these that there is an oil hole there. I mean,
yeah. Well,
Hey, Howard.
Hey guys, I'm sorry I bailed out on you there. I don't know what
That's
happened.
okay.
I seem to.
Okay, Dennis.
Hey,
That was
Howard.
that was a great show and tell, Dennis. That was a great show and tell. Thank you for doing that.
Thank you.
Well,
That's
it wasn't
great.
as good as not tying with Mike, but I mean, not as entertaining, but.
Oh, jeez. Come on, man. We're going to talk about that again.
I know how tricky that.
Until you die, Michael.
Hey, Howard.
Thank you,
I'll
Dennis.
say it again because these guys keep stepping on me.
Well, we weren't done talking, Steve.
Now, Dennis wasn't even on. He came on and then you started talking with Dennis.
I'm sorry.
Hey, Howard.
Yeah.
Samantha said that you talked to her on the phone.
Yeah.
She said you told her where all the best flying sites were there in Washington.
Yeah.
Just a
And I
minute,
said,
John.
"Can I tell you about the one that has really nice bathrooms and a fridge that's stocked with food and wine and stuff like that?" She said, "No, they have them there in Washington." And I said, "Yeah, it's Howard's personal flying field."
That's
Very
too
good.
far from where she'd be, I think. And it's all electric. But she's welcome to come by.
That's all she flies is electric.
Oh, okay.
All right, John Miller, go ahead.
Okay, getting back to the questions asked about the one design thing we were talking about a month ago. I've been thinking about that, and I had a question I wanted to ask you guys if we do this, which I think would be fun. Would you want to do, first of all, I'd like to do warbirds, you know, but or a warbird. But then again, and then I think, yeah, but the one that's caught my eye is a twin. I don't know how you guys feel about that. So I'll leave it up to you guys if you want a twin or a single, or if you want to be a warbird or civil aviation or what. So go for it. Tell me.
Single for me.
Where is this for what?
We talked about designing a kit or a plane, and all of us that wanted to could build it, and we just it'd be the I don't know whether we'd fly it in competition, whatever, we'd have a good time with it, but we'd all have basically this one design airplane.
Yeah, we were thinking kind of like the Ringmaster Flyathon thing, Steve.
Yeah.
I think, weren't we going to do that with some planes that Mike had and was going to send to everybody?
No, that's different. That's a different thing.
That was different.
That was a little rubber powered thing that we were all going to do.
Yeah.
Mike gave me the
Steve, can you hear this? Steve, can you hear this?
That's the Michigan
Yeah.
IQ test.
That's
Yeah.
that's some stereo sound.
Can you hear it? Do you want me to turn it up?
Yeah. Turn it up on yourself.
Okay. So single engine seems now. Any particular Air Force or fly?
Electric only.
Electric only.
Yeah, let's just not do it. Let's skip it.
Well, no, let them do it if they want to do it, Len, but
Okay,
you know.
they can. I'm out. I'm out.
Or
Well,
not.
I figure you should be able to power it with whatever you like. I might power with mine with diesel. You know,
You guys can all power with electric.
Yeah, smelly.
I like
air.
that.
So, you know, we got Italian Air Force, we got German Air Force, Russian Air Force, Swedish Air Force, Finnish Air Force, of course, the United States Air Force, the Navy. Any particular style you guys like?
Freestyle.
Freestyle.
Yeah, we're gonna paint mine in whatever Air Force grabs me at the moment.
I like that.
No, the reason I say this only slightly facetiously, I got a set of Canadian Air Force decals waiting on my rack here for a place to put them.
Ah.
Oh.
Well,
right.
what? Yeah, and that's perfect. The perfect designs I could think of are already drawn up. The plans are available. That's what's his name in Texas? It has all the military profiles.
Don Hutchinson.
Don Hutchinson.
Mm.
Excellent designs, fly great, and they're already drawn. What do you think?
Yeah, which ones?
I would say, hey,
why not just put all his Warbird designs, single engine Warbird designs in a hat and just draw one?
We could do that.
Save all kinds of arguing.
Or we could make it where any of his Warbird designs you wanted to do, you could do.
Is it the same wing and stabilizer and position, stuff like that?
Not necessarily, no.
Then it's not the one design anymore, right?
No.
I think his airplanes all follow pretty similar design formulas. They all have a reputation for performing pretty well. Is one better than the other? Hey, you know, of course.
Maybe
we'll
not.
be out to settle.
I mean,
and then John can build his P-38. He can get his twin out of that because Hutch designed a really nice P-38.
Yeah. I kind of like the idea of using Hutch's drawings. I've got somewhere here, I've got a flash drive that I got from him that has all his designs on it. He made that available here last year. Anybody that wanted it, and you could, you know, so it'd be easy to get the plans spread around amongst us. So anyway, I kind of, does anybody else like that idea? I'm not being just lazy. It's just that there's some excellent plans that are already out there.
I mean, the only knock on Hutch's airplanes is that he's done a nice job of making scale models and stuff like that. And I think they may be a little more complicated than what the effort I'd want to put into basically a throwaway airplane. All right.
Yeah, but you could build a Harvard and there you'd have your Canadian Air Force.
Now, if I did, actually among Hutch's airplanes, I might build a PT-17, but
yeah, that's nice. I like his dive bomber.
We flew PT-17s also.
He's got the T-34 Mentor, you know.
Snowbird.
Got both versions of he's got both the F4 and the F2G Corsair.
Yeah.
Mustang.
Spitfire, I believe.
I think he has the Mustang in the D and the H models. And I think there's a Spit.
Doesn't Brodak have a whole bunch of Warbirds?
He does.
Yeah, they still got the Warbird series.
You could just pick a plan from that, or buy the kit.
You could. I think one of the better ones, because it has more wing area, is the Mustang. I believe it's a B model that Brodak has. But when they did it, I remember increasing the rib bay size, each rib bay a little bit, so it got a bit more area in the wing, which is nice to have a little more area, a little bit.
We were talking nostalgia earlier, kicking around busters and stuff. Maybe one of the Goldberg kits or all three of them.
That's another one.
Or whatever.
You guys want to think about it, and we'll come back to this subject then on our next meeting.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, let's do that. Yeah, you got one already.
Yeah, that's
look at it.
He'll be done. He's already done. He's already finished it.
This one's 100% scratch built. And
looks nice.
It's got my original Fox 35 off my first airplane, which was the Cosmic Wind.
Nice. That's nice looking.
You've got the original bell crank in it.
Wow.
That fancier.
Oh, I like your lead out guide. I mean, the push rod guide.
It won't qualify though. It's not electric.
Yeah. Actually, a piece of streamlined tubing.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. You did really nice. I see you notched out the front wing.
Finish the lettering. I don't have a stencil cutter or anything. I was trying to hand paint the letters and they came out crappy. So I ordered a set of decals from Brodak for the Cosmic Wind and the Little Tony and Experimental, that stuff. The rest of them, I just hand painted them. So
very good. Looks very good.
It'll be fun. Did the aluminum landing gear, dug out some old Kraft Hayes center, the ones that had the lock ring and wheel collar in the center of the wheel.
Yeah.
And they're kind of heavy, but they went well because I had a set of these super streamlined old pylon racing pants. So getting the pants fitted onto the gear was probably the hardest job in the whole bloody airplane.
Very nice.
I can see that.
Good.
I still think we should use the airplanes that Mike's going to send out because then there's no winners or losers.
Well, those airplanes were.
They're not control line.
They're not control line. They were rubber powered.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a different thing. That's what I was
But
saying.
since we're never going to do them, there's going to be no winners or losers. We're all tied.
We're all winners.
Jesus Christ, man.
Hey, you guys, let me interrupt. I want to end the live stream. We're going to continue on, but I want to just end the live stream. But I think we had a really good show, especially for a Monday. And man, we had some good show and tells, a lot of great information. And we have 22 likes. So if you haven't hit the like button, please do that. If you are watching this as a replay and you've gotten to the end of the video, please don't forget to consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. That helps Sparky with the some of the costs, and we need some more new members. We need some more super chats. I'm going to end the stream, so you have to come on in during the live stream so you can donate to the cause, and please consider doing that. And besides that, we had a really good show. Really, really excited. Today's Monday, so we're going to come back Friday. Hopefully we have a chance to do something in the shop or go flying and come back and talk all about it. But thank you guys inside here for the show. The last show we had on here, we was just a little bit tired, I guess. It was just kind of boring a little bit. So this one really was a much better show. So I'm glad we ended that trend of that one show. But the after party was good though in the last one. So, and the after party should be good with this one. So with that being said, I'm going to end the stream. Thanks for coming in. We'll be back again Friday night, same bat time, same bat channel.